Hello guys, welcome to 5 Mantra. This is Kalyan, Faculty of Quantitative Aptitude, and today we are going to discuss some tips and techniques on mensuration. So now, before going to enter into the technique, I want to explain the priority of this technique. Why? Because some difficult cases are there in mensuration. If you really want to do the problems in your examinations, it will take a lot of time. To reduce the time for time consuming problems, I'm going to give you some tips and how to get the ready-made answers and how to get the how to get the ready-made answers for the given problems. I'm going to explain to you now and just go more to the problem. So let us see this. And previously you might so many of you might have gone through the different examinations like CGL or CHSL or RRBs. These kind of questions you might have seen. At least you are not aware of the question. These diagrams are more relevant. Okay, so now we are going to discuss some tips to solve this kind of questions in an easier manner to reduce the time consumption. Okay, now let us see what is given in the question. If the radius of each circle in the given triangle is capital R, then what is the side of the triangle? Here we need to focus upon only one thing. Here radius of all the circles given inside are equal. First thing. Second thing, when radius of each circle are equal, then this triangle should be equilateral. These things are, I want to focus upon the major points and very basics of very basic level. So I'm going to focus upon. So here all the circles are of equal radii and triangle is equilateral, and in equilateral triangle each one angle should be 60 degrees. That is a much more important thing. Next, now how to solve this? For example, each radius is given. Now we have to find out the each edge. All the edges are of equal length or not? So each edge we can find. So now before solving this, in such cases we can never solve these problems directly. So we have to divide the entire given diagram into partition wise. How to divide that into partitions? Let us see. Here in this diagram, let us suppose these are the three centers of the circles. A simple thing, three centers of the circles. Now let us join. Is this a radius or not? And this is also one radius, and this is also one radius, and this is also one radius. So this is a simpler sort of thing. Means from center to point on the circumference, distance is called radius. Like such a radii are joined here. Now according to geometry, we can't go into insights because topic will be diverted, but I am telling you direct property. Here this angle should be 90. This angle would be 90 degrees. Like remaining angles also would be 90. So I think here you might have understood that what kind of diagram is found. Is this a quadrilateral or not? What kind of quadrilateral is this? Rectangle or not? Because all the angles are 90s and opposite sides are equal, then it is called rectangle. Now in this rectangle, this is a radius which is capital R as per the given question, and next this is again R. So here length of the rectangle is nothing but combination of two radius, that is 2R. As we know, the opposite sides of the rectangle are equal. This is 2R in the sense this is also 2R. So now this would be 2R. Now in the similar way we can get here also, we can analyze like this is 2R, and in the same case here also we can analyze this is also 2R. So our part is, see, this is very simple one, because as per the analysis of the quadrilaterals we can say this. But coming to next part, this corner length we have to find. This is the challenging task over here. This is the challenging point to find out. So I am telling you to find out blindly, just to find it. So I am telling you here, according to geometric properties of circles and its tangents, here the total angle is 60 degrees because it's an equilateral triangle. So here if you join this center to this line, this corner, this line will bisect the angle between them. So this total angle is 60. So this will bisect it into 30 degrees and 30 degrees. Now is it 90 degrees or not? Here our task is to find out this length. For that reason I am separating this triangular part separately. Okay, let me draw this. I have drawn. See, is this a radius or not? Radius, is this radius or not? So this would be radius. And this is 90 degrees. Now here this is our, we need to find out this corner length, which is something about x. Now this angle would be 30. Now here this is angle, to this radius is opposite side, and the length of x which we need to find is adjacent side. So relation between opposite and adjacent side in trigonometry is nothing but tangent ratio. So we can take tangent ratio as, okay, tangent ratio of how much angle? 30 degrees or not? Tan 30 degrees. Tan 30 degrees would be how much? Opposite by adjacent. So now x would be equal to how much from this? R by tan 30. So now tan 30 is in the denominator part. Denominator part, tan 30 value would be 1 by root 3. When 1 by root 3 is written in the under the denominator, it will be inverted, and final value of that would be how much? Root 3 r. How much is that? Root 3 r. So finally we got the required value or not? So our corner part is also solved. How much is that? Root 3 r. Since it's an equilateral triangle and all circles are of equal radii, this corner will also have same length. So root 3 r. So what is the total length then? Sum of all these segments or not? Sum of all these segments would be, how much is that? 2 root 3 r and root 3 r. How many times it got? 2. So it would be 2 root 3 r and 1 2 r. So that is our total length. See guys, when we are learning a subject, we should go through the analysis. After learning the subject, when we are doing the applications or problems, we don't need to follow all this. We just need to keep this ending result in our mind, and we need to substitute the values of the radius or whatever the variables into that, and we'll get the answers instantly. But before that, my suggestion is to everyone that don't apply the shortcuts unless you understand the problem, unless you understand the concept. Concept is very much important. After that, only to save the time only we are using the shortcuts. You may think it's a shortcut or technique or ending step, whatever. This will be useful for finding the answers within fraction of seconds. Okay, now our next question is that next question raises here is this only restricted to 3 circles in a triangle, or it can be extended to any number of circles? Let us see in our next question. Now let us extend the same case to 6 number of circles. Instead of telling number of circles, we can divide that into rows. How many rows are here? 1 row, 2 row and 3 rows. How many rows are there? 3 rows. And how many circles? 6 circles. In this combination also, if you want to apply the same rule, then how can we apply? Okay, so for example, the same analysis we are extending for even 6 circles also. That's the first thing we have to understand. Now, if you apply the same analysis, again we draw the same kind of rectangle here using this or not? The same analysis, again you go with the centers of the circles and join the radii, and like this you are getting, is that same as before or not? It looks like a bigger diagram, but it is a dummy one. Very simple thing. Already analysis we have done in before case. Now we are applying just the result and we are extending that to next one. We are trying to generalize. Okay, well let us see. For example, this is 90 degrees, this is 90 degrees as we said before according to the geometric principles. Now this is 1 r, this is a diameter, this is 1 r and this is 1 r and this is 1 r. So how many diameters or how many radii is equal to length of rectangle composed here? Total 4 radii or not? So here this length is 4 radius, means 4 r. Since it's an opposite side, this is also 4 r. That's it. And I want to tell you one more simple thing is that, like how many circles you are inserting into the triangle is not a matter. No matter how many circles you are inserting. Only the thing important is Angle made here in the corner is 60 degrees. So again it will be bisected by 30 degrees. Again we will get the right angle triangle. So same analysis we will get again here. So do we need to find again this corner length, or it's same as before case? Same as the previous case we get here also. So here also the length would be how much? Root 3 times of the radius. So it is same as this length also. So what would be the total length? Summing all this means total of all this would be the length of the side. Is that right or not? So see, this total length would be again this 2 root 3r plus this would be 4r. So this is the total length. Now how many circles are given? 6 circles. How many rows of circles? 3 rows. Now let us extend this for 10 circles. What happens we see. Now the same case is applied for 10 circles, and how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many circles total? 10 circles. And how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4. Total 4 number of rows are formed. Why I am counting this row wise? That comes to know in the next case. Okay, let us see. So again you do the same analysis, you get same analysis, we don't need to do again and again. So this would be how many radius? This is 1, this is again 2, this is again one more 2, this is 1. So how many radii are combined here to form a length of the rectangle here? This is a rectangle. Every time we don't need to discuss about the same thing. So in this rectangle, association or combination of how many radii will be equal to length of the rectangle. This is 1 radii, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 6 radii are joined together to form a length. So same opposite side would be equal. So in rectangle this would be how many r's? 6 r's. And as previous case we can say this also as root 3 r. So this is also root 3 r. Now what would be the total length? Again 2 root 3 r's are there, 2 root 3 r plus 6 r. Now I think you guys might have observed that last 2 cases are became very simpler than the first one. Why? Because the analysis is done in first one only, but we are applying and extending the same result to the next cases. Got it or not? So how many cases we have seen? 3 cases. Is it restricted to 3 or any number of circles? So how many rows are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So let us suppose we collect all the results together. Now let us collect all the results together. So we have seen these 3 combinations or not? Let us write down the results what we obtained in the previous cases. Now what is the side? In all these cases radius is how much? Radius is capital R for all the circles. And now we got here side length would be, here length of the side would be how much? 2 root 3 r plus 2 r, and here we obtained 2 root 3 r plus 4 r, and here we obtained 2 root 3 r plus 6 r. These are the results we got. Now if you observe in all those results you get a pattern. How do we get a pattern? Let us see. For example, here in these all cases 2 root 3 r is common or not? It's a common thing. So which is the variable here? Which term is changing from one to another diagram, varying? Here this is 2r and this is 4r and this is 6r. Let us try to arrange this in a pattern. Okay, rearrange that into a pattern so that we can get a formula for any number of circles. Let us see. Here this is 2r. 2r can be written as, see, 2r we can write as 2r into, how many rows are here? Just before writing this I want to count the rows. How many rows are here? This is 1 and 2. So how many total number of rows? 2 rows. And here how many rows? 3. And here how many rows? Here how many rows are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I will rewrite this term. Okay, this is 2r. 2r can be written as 2 minus 1. 2r into 2 minus 1. Can we write like this or not? 2 minus 1 would be 1, 1 into 2r would be 2r, that's it. Next, here 4r can be rewritten as, or 2r into 2, we can write like this or not? Again 2 can be rearranged as, okay, 2 can be rearranged as 3 minus 1, and next, here 6r can be written as 2r into 3, and this 3 can be further written as 4 minus 1. Here if you observe the numbers in the numericals inside the bracket, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Here tell me how many rows are there? Here 2, so here inside bracket 2 will be there. And how many rows are here? 3, so here 3 is written inside the bracket. Now how many rows are here? 4, this 4 is there inside the bracket. So now if you extend this to n rows and n circles, what happens? The same thing. When two rows are there, 2 minus 1 is written. When 3 rows are there, 3 minus 1 is written. When 4 rows are there, 4 minus 1 is written. So finally what is our answer for when it is generalized to n rows? Now tell me, n rows is there or not? Here n rows, these are n rows. N rows. When it is generalized to n rows, then what should be the answer? Your answer should be 2 root 3r plus 2 into n minus 1 r. This would be the side of the triangle when n rows of the circles of equal radii are inserted into the equilateral triangle. We got a general pattern or not? Now do we need to do all this entire process? Now we don't need these all. We don't need all this. Just this is the generalized result. I think you understood. Once again repeating the concept, I am telling you how many rows are here? 2 rows. And how many rows are here? 3 rows. How many rows are here? 4 rows. When 2 rows are there, the formula is generalized to. Formula to find out the side of the triangle is generalized to 2 root 3r plus 2r into 2 minus 1. When it is having 3 rows, then it is generalized to side equal to 2 root 3r plus 2r into 3 minus 1. When it is 4 rows are there, then 2 root 3r plus 2r into 4 minus 1. Then if n rows are inserted in n rows of circles are inserted of equal radius into the triangle, then your total number, total side of the length of the side would be 2 root 3r plus 2 into n minus 1 into r. Now after knowing this, we don't need to undergo the procedure. We don't need to do any process. Just simply within a fraction of seconds, you can get the answer without doing this all analysis. Otherwise, if you want to do this problem in the time of examination, then it will take more than 5 minutes also, which is more time consuming, and it may causes the losing the bit. Okay, so my suggestion is to you that first, while doing the preparation, get this analysis and do patternize them. After patternizing that, when you are getting the final output, take that output and put the values into that, and then you get the easy answers. It doesn't mean that blindly follow the shortcut. First understand the analysis, and now you do follow that. How to follow? Let's see the next one. What would you understand from these circles? How many rows are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, so on up to like this, n rows. Your answer would be how much? 2 root 3r plus 2 into n minus 1, 2 into n minus 1 into r. So this is final answer for n number of rows inserted inside the triangle. Okay. Now how do we, after knowing the general formula, what is the when n number of rows of circles of equal radii inserted inside a triangle and radius of each circle is capital R, then side of triangle would be 2 root 3r plus 2 into n minus 1 r. That's a general result. When we take n equal to 2, n equal to 2 in the sense 2 rows, then in this formula 2 root 3r plus 2 into n minus 1 r, n would be equal to how much? 2. So we can put here 2 root 3r plus 2 into 2 minus 1 r. That would be 2 root 3r plus 2r. Now when n equal to 3, if you put n equal to 3, that would be how much? 2 root 3 r plus 2 into 3 minus 1 into r. So that would be 2 root 3 r plus 4 r. Like this we obtained or not? So we are getting the results. We don't need to do the problem. This result can be utilized for any number of circles. In this case, like this, we can extend this formula to any n number of rows. And if it is circle, number of circles are 3 and number of rows are 2, then 2 minus 1. If number of rows are 3, 3 minus 1. Number of rows are 4, 4 minus 1. We don't need to do the problem again and again and again. We can do analyze the same result and we get the answers very simply. This is very simple one. Believe in me, you can get the answers for this for any this kind of questions of this pattern. You can get the answers within fractions of seconds. And next, finally, the things to be remembered. So finally, the important things and synopsis of to be remembered while doing these problems are very simple ones, but once again remaining all. What are that? Here r is representing the radius of each circle, where all the circles are congruent. Congruent in the sense all circles are having equal radius. And finally, n is number of rows. Number of rows in the sense in each row we are arranging the circles now, that is n. Now I am very clear here that n is not a number of circle. Okay, n is not the number of circles. N is number of rows of the circles. And the next final one is triangle given should be equilateral. Obviously it's an equilateral triangle, but once again I am remaining. These are the things, these are the important factors should be remembered while doing this kind of cases. Only in such cases only our answer for this question, that means to get the side of triangle while radius is given, our answer is finally, what is that? 2 root 3r plus 2 into n minus 1 r. While listening to this, while you are listening to this class, you may feel that it's not an important thing, but when you get the same question in the examinations, you know the importance. It comes to know the importance of this. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I'm going to tell you one more thing also in our upcoming video. In my upcoming video, we are going to upload how the problems and applications will be given based on this technique. How the problems we have to do based on this technique. So I'll give you the exercise also for minimum number of problems. If you like this video, do subscribe this channel to get the more notifications of the updates. Thank you very much.